It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Now this will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Second and 4. Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards.
At the 30-yard line.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He was brought
Now,
down.
look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Reader brought him down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. That's too high. 54. I got you. Hey, MC.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them, in a sense, and gotten the ball from them.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A gain of 5.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Nixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards.
And the Bengals.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
The Bengal ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A handoff to Mixon. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one 28 yards on the ground. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
A gain of 5.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. 2nd and 2. Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Eagles nothing.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Eagles nothing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Check safety, check safety.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Switch! 29 is the Mike 29. I know he ain't got it.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position to be in the right spot, as he was there, to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So we're even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down.
Gain of 15.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
1st down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's a give to Mixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
On the tackle. A 4-yard pickup on the play.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Let's go. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal, and I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. On the carry, it's Logan, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Mixon trying to punch it in. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, Burrow will give way to Randy Bullock for the Bengals field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Bullock will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it? Nothing
fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Eagles first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Check 13. Check 13. Sunday. Here, Roy.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. He'll hit Jackson, complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Grade 15. Grade 15. Let's find 7. 29. Oh, here we go. Oh, 29 is the mic. Flag. 29. No game on this defense. No game. Bang, 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 bang.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And this is caught by Jackson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Watch quick. Watch the quick. 87. 87. It's 74. 74.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
A gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They'll run with Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
On 2nd and goal. Wentz, and Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles have moved out in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Three yards remain for 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
A 2-yard
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Logan. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. It's a pickup of 6. 1st down, Cincinnati.
And a Bengal 1st down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and now it's second down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Second and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Logan. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3 yards.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, the dive look that time on defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the 1st down marker. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Switch. Sunday. 29 is the Mike 29. Let's go. 29 is the Mike 29. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Here, shit. Banjo. Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A strong running. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll set up to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Burrow now, a big spot for the Heisman Trophy winner. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 5 yards to go.
Burrow will throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
1-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Is the ball carrier.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt, you need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. looking to pass. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. Pulled it good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 30 yards there for an Eagle.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll eat some clock with Freeman. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now Wentz on third down. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. They'll run on first down. Sanders, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Again, the ball.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And he stopped immediately there.
Ball carrier.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
On play action, Wentz. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And the lead is up to 14.
Is good. Makes It's the score, Eagles 31.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up second.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He finds his running back, Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Joe Mixon.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
It's now
from the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10 now. Burrow. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Again, it's Burrow. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Well, Fletcher Cox, he's been doing this for a lot of years, and another sack to his ledger there. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Eagles, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.